Absolutely, Amanda. Thank you for that intro. And we are broadcasting live from Altamont, Kansas, upon the campus of Labette County High School within the confines of Harrison Gymnasium, home of your Labette County Grizzlies. As tonight, a doubleheader with those Purple Dragons from Pittsburgh. They come to town to take on our Grizzlies. Girls game will, of course, start off the evening. Labette County Lady Grizzlies come into tonight having lost their last two games, looking to get back on track in SEK play. Good evening, Grizzly fans. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's edition of Labette County Grizzly Basketball on KLKC. Jack Leake and Ian Harlow with you on the call. Ian, two losses for our Lady Grizzlies. They get one more game at home before the Burlington tournament next week, and it'd be a nice night to get back on their feet.
Yeah, coming off of two rough losses to Chanute and Fort Scott, looking to get their revenge against a Pittsburgh Dragons team that seems to be struggling a little bit to find their rhythm in the game. And any team can come out and play really good. So hoping to see the team that we've been playing like ourselves. Our defense looking a lot better, hopefully coming into this game. It looked a bit rusty coming into that Fort Scott game, so hopefully coming into this game looking a little better too.
This is the Tank Connection pregame show of Lady Grizzly basketball, and later on in the pregame show we will go over that Fort Scott game a week from tonight, last Friday, where Labette County fell to Fort Scott, both girls and boys. But it's been a while, Ian, since our Lady Grizzlies have won. And they've lost two in a row, but it's because of breaks. It's been since December 15th when we won last at Parsons.
It's been a year.
Technically, you're correct. It has been a year.
I'm sorry to be that guy.
Oh, no, that's all right. That's all right.
But, yeah, it's been a while since we've been in that win column, so we are seeking to look to get back in that rhythm and get back into that winning rhythm.
As after that game at Parsons, or pardon me, after that loss at Chanute was Christmas break, and then last week after we lost to Fort Scott, we of course didn't play this Tuesday. So our Lady Grizzlies haven't had a win for nearly a month, and it's not particularly their fault because there's been breaks within there. So certainly looking to rebound a little bit here tonight, taking on a 2-6 Lady Purple Dragon team. We'll call them the Lady Dragons for sake of simpleness, but their two wins, Lady Dragons, are over Webb City. Really nice win for Pittsburgh. And Chanute, a team that Labette County failed to defeat. Chanute played really well, really impressed me. So for Pittsburgh to get a win over them tells me something. And also, Ian, as we'll talk about these Lady Dragons a little bit, 5 minutes until tip as part of the Tank Connection pregame show, they return a lot of familiar faces. Now, I'm not saying the Lady Grizzlies have necessarily struggled with defeating Pittsburgh in the past, as we swept them last year. But anytime you return players at the high school level, it's a positive.
Yes, a big positive. As looking at the player sheet, there is only one senior, but that senior, Jacqueline Hall, has given us a lot of problems, as she has been the leading scorer, I'm assuming, just for Pittsburgh, as she is an outstanding player. But then you bring in a lot of other assets to their Pittsburgh team, and kind of like in the boys' game, when you focus on one particular player, you forget about the rest, and then the rest of the team can come in and replace that player and do really good. So we can't just all focus on Hall here. So looking to just play defense as we have been, and looking to cause pressure, and just get our defense back on track again.
Ava Harrett, Anna Jorge, and Alyssa Hotze are also names that come to mind whenever you look at past games. Although, as I mentioned, it's not like our Lady Grizzlies have struggled with beating these Dragons, but they do continue to return players that have seen us before. As last year's contest, the last time we played, was here in this gym. Lady Grizzlies won 45-24, so a nice dominant victory last year over the Lady Dragons of Pittsburgh. Ridley Lynn Cherney, Ridley graduated this past year for Labette County, not on the team this season, of course, was the most successful Grizzly against Pittsburgh last season. She had 14 points and Shelby Wilson had 8. So a lot of the girls that scored against Pittsburg last year have graduated. So we're going to get to see some new Grizzlies have success against these Purple Dragons that maybe they didn't get to have a taste of last season. But hopefully the outcome is somewhat similar. Again, Lady Grizzlies won by 21 points. So hopefully tonight is a similar outcome, Ian, as it feels like we need a win in the league before the Burlington tournament, because then you have to wait a whole nother week to get back on your feet in the league, and you can't even afford to lose, your 3 of your first 5 SEK games if you want to win it.
Yeah, definitely. You said it perfectly there. You can't come off of a loss here and then go into the Burlington tournament and Burlington tournament is either a hit or a miss. Either
that's
you either
true.
do really good or you kind of have just off games. And so hopefully going in that Burlington tournament next week we do good. But we'll talk about the Pittsburgh game now. So we're just hoping to get a good win here and ride the hot hand and go and see how we do next week. So just gotta do good here.
That's right, absolutely right. Moment by moment. Just over 2 minutes until tip-off of the girls' contest. Labette County hosts Pittsburgh tonight, as we're going to take a quick glance back to last Friday's game as part of the Tank Connection pregame show again, where Labette County, the Lady Grizzlies, fell to Fort Scott 64-47. Fort Scott, really good team, might be the best in the league. Came in and shot the ball really well, Ian. Their Batman and Robin duo, Keegan Yarrick and Ella Brown, combined for 41 of their team's 64 points.
Wow.
And just really played well. And the Lady Grizzlies, while they certainly have the potential to beat anybody, they kind of got popped in the mouth last week, but didn't help themselves in stretches with some carelessness.
Yeah, turnovers have always been an issue for both sides of the teams, and so it kind of just got careless with the ball and turned it over a little bit too much, and it didn't help us out on offense, and then certainly not out on defense, as it seemed that they scored the ball every time that they had it.
Yeah, it really did feel that way. Fort Scott, just one of those teams that they don't do it intentionally, but Labette County played well enough to kind of have some faith and hope. And every time they'd get close, Fort Scott would just snuff out the candle. As we lost by 17, but we got within, help me out, 5?
Yeah, I think
we got
5.
within 5 twice late in the third quarter, early fourth. So hopefully these Lady Grizzlies can continue to play with that grit, but yet let it prevail. As both teams and everyone slowly begins to arise to their feet here within Harrison as the American flag descends on the east side of the court, as the playing of our national anthem is getting ready to take place. This has been the Tank Connection pregame show, starting lineups and tip-off here in 2 minutes. This is Grizzly basketball. Starters being named off by the PA announcer before us. Randy Blackwell on the microphone this evening as the PA system is back in effect tonight, as something was going on last week with the comms here within the gymnasium, and we didn't have a voice booming throughout the gym for starters or throughout the game. So tonight we have Randy on the mic. As starters are in, we'll rattle them off here for Pittsburg, the visitors, the Lady Dragons. Number 1, a senior, Jackie Hall. Number 3, a junior, Ava Harrett. Number 20, a junior, Gabrielle White. Number 21, a sophomore, impressive in JV this afternoon, Odessa Reed. And number 22, Alyssa Hotze, she's a junior. Starting tonight for our Lady Grizzlies, number 10, Kaiten O'Brien. Number 11, Nevaeh Jones. Number 30, Allie Martin. Number 23, Landry O'Brien. And number 22, Addison Rexwinkle. There we go. As head coach for Labette County is Brianna Vollmer. Assistants, Madison Evans and Heather Wilson. Head coach for the Pittsburg Lady Purple Dragons, Dalton Gromer. Assistants, Anita Walker from Coffeyville. Assistant head coaches Ella Hendrickson and Deshaun English. We'll go ahead and step aside for 30 seconds. Tip-off right after this. Broadcasting live. Meister for 3 in the lead! Yes! From the studio of KLKC Parsons. Wilson launches another 3, and it's pure for Shelby Wilson! This is Grizzly Basketball on 106.7 FM KLKC Parsons. Unbelievable win! I cannot believe it! First possession of the game for Labette County after winning the tip results in a jump ball. So it will be Pittsburg basketball with their first bite at the apple. Jackie Hall, impressive guard for Pittsburg, has been her whole career, brings the ball up the floor. Harrett has it, Landry swipes at it, causes Harrett to stumble, but she gets to her feet. Here's Hall, downhill, shoots it off the glass, Strong missed it. Rebound Landry O'Brien, and she had a lot of those last week.
Oh yeah, she was always on the board, getting those rebounds for us. Really good thing that we had that against last week.
Turnover here for the Grizzlies. Kaiten O'Brien flips it out of bounds, looking for Martin along the baseline, and already a substitution for Pittsburgh. Anna Jorge comes in. She'll replace White. Really quick substitution there.
Yeah, obviously their coach didn't see something that he liked, so just took her out of the game.
Pittsburgh breaks Labette County's press there at half court. They're in a half-court situation now, 1 minute into the contest. Harrett, high rainbow pass, tumbles down into the awaiting grasp of Hotze. She'll retreat near half court, now flip it to the corner. Hall lets a 3 fly and buries a 3 for the first bucket of the game.
Yeah, really good possession by Pittsburgh right there as they found Hall open in the corner. She just made us pay for not being too close to her.
As Hall does pick up a foul, the first from either team of the game. As that's her first, as that's somebody that Coach Gromer certainly does not want to get in foul trouble. Nevaeh Jones really began to lean into her strengths this season and play really well, particularly on offense. She'll play off the ball here. Landry O'Brien gets by her defender, and 3 seconds in the lane is the call, I think, on Allie Martin underneath. And Labette will have to play some defense again, yet to get a shot off.
Yeah, hopefully that's not too big of a struggle for us today, because that could cause us a lot of issues.
Pittsburgh with Hall, breaks the press, jump stop and a kick. Left side, Jorge, dumped down, shot off the glass, missed by Reed. Rebound Labette County. Long pass up ahead. Here's Nevaeh Jones in front of Pittsburgh's bench. She'll pull up from 10 feet, baseline, miss it. Jackie Hall with the board and a foul. Long ways from the basket on the Grizzlies.
Not a bad shot by Nevaeh there, just couldn't get it to fall for her. Maybe gotten a little bit longer of a possession there, but not a bad shot selection at all.
Last Friday was probably actually by far the best home atmosphere and turnout we have seen from Grizzly Nation, and tonight might try and match it, as here's a travel on Pittsburg. That's Jorge. As you know, just a minute 50 seconds into the varsity girls, and there's a pretty good crowd here.
I mean, our student section's already filled up, and there's a lot of people behind us as well. You know, we always go to the away games, and nobody's ever there for the girls' game, but, you know, Grizzly Nation always out there to support whoever is out there playing.
Especially the student sections. Ours is the best, and it's not even close.
Oh, easily.
As Landry O'Brien will drive, hitting the deck firmly is Reed, and a blocking foul on her is the call. That's the team's second for Pittsburg. Labette County just with one. Still 3-0 Dragons, 5:54 first quarter. As Labette County was off on Tuesday, so in turn, other teams in the SEK are off tonight as well, Parsons being one of them. Assuming some others. Parsons got a sweep over Independence on Tuesday. A lot of action inside the SEK. Underneath, here is Kinsley Boss with the effort. She's fouled. As Allie Martin, I believe.
Yeah, she did check out earlier. We forgot to say that, but Kinsley Boss did check in for her.
So Kinsley will go to the line to shoot a couple. First free throw for Boss is on its way, and a pure switch. Is this the first game? I know Allie had an ankle injury early, Martin, but is this the first game Allie has started this year? It had been one of the two Boss twins about every game, I think.
I don't think so, just because remember Nevaeh was out a little bit too.
That's right.
Because she was a little bit ill.
I just couldn't remember. As Kinsley knocks down the second, Pittsburg with it, just up by a point on our Grizzlies. 5:30 opening stanza from Altamont. Lady Dragons in their road purples with white numbers. Labette County home white uniforms, gold trim, red numbers. Pittsburg punches a hole in the paint. Kinsley Boss defends the ball handler Jorge. Kick out, three-point shot missed by Harrett. Rebound pinballed right into the arm of Boss, and then a foul on Jorge, who kept scrapping for the basketball. And Labette County will work it left to right here in a moment.
As Aubrey Boss will check into the game for Addison Rexwinkle. So maybe having both the Boss twins in now will give us a little advantage down in the paint and get us some points down there.
That's right. As Gabrielle White checks in for Jorge for Pittsburg. Caton O'Brien with the drive to the basket, forces one up. We'll call it a pass as it goes to Aubrey Boss, but her foot was out of bounds. Another turnover in the book for Labette County. Pittsburg to inbound, whips it to the point guard, Harrett. Her pass tipped. Nevaeh with the steal, tipped about. Pittsburg tracks it down and saves it. Harrett with a one-hand flip. Hall, full head of steam. One-on-one with Boss, and she'll flip it and miss. Board is snagged out of the air by Aubrey Boss, and here come the Lady Grizzlies looking for their first field goal of the contest. Landry O'Brien, right wing, wants a three-point shot. Looked good the whole way, but didn't go. Hit the front of the rim. Hall right to left, switching hands in the purple jersey for Pittsburg.
Yeah, the Grizzlies look a little sped up here, kind of playing too fast, I feel like. Maybe need to slow it down to get a good possession on offense.
As Hall was fouled on her rack attack, and she will shoot a couple free throws. Pittsburg really controlling a lot of elements here early in this contest. First free throw up and well short for Hall. Uncharacteristic miss there for her from the free throw stripe, as Coach Grommer for Pittsburg had been in the past, I know last year, the JV coach, so it's nice to see him get elevated into the varsity chair. Happy for him. Second free throw for Hall is up, short, no good. Rebound fought for though, and it will be out of bounds off of Pittsburg. That's Reed on the attack, and Labette County will have it again. They get it over the defense. in the half-court set. Caton O'Brien finds Landry, open for three this time, and buries it. Labette County with their first lead of the game, 5-3.
Really good shot selection there, as she was wide open. So, I mean, why not just pull the trigger and splash it in their face?
Hall with another drive, misses a layup. Rebound fought for off of the chest of White. Labette County possession, says the official underneath. Substitution here for Pittsburg at the next dead ball. Hayden Turnbull will come in. But meanwhile, we have Caton O'Brien running an offensive set for Labette County. Now Jones with the rock. Landry pulls it down, finds Boss. Pass to Caton O'Brien, deep right wing near Pittsburgh's bench. She'll retreat, now get downhill a bit. Find her sister Landry, dump down pass, that's gorgeous. Aubrey Boss will finish. That is a work of art from Landry O'Brien.
Yeah, definitely thought she was going up for a little floater right there and kind of just threw it over the top of the defender and got it to Boss.
Faking a floater and passing it, man. I mean, that's perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's a layup on the left end of the floor, up and good from Alyssa Hotsey. 7-5, Labette County in front, 3 minutes, first quarter. Nevaeh Jones has it stripped from her possession, tries to get it back, and a jump ball will be the call. It'll stay with the Grizzlies. A couple subs for Pittsburgh. I'll let you get Labette County's subs, Ian. For Pittsburgh, checking in, indeed, is Turnbull, as well as, well, she might have been the only sub, actually.
Yeah, I do think so. I do think she was. But on the Labette County side, Addison Rexwinkle and Allie Martin did check in for Nevaeh Jones and Aubrey Boss.
Labette County with the ball and a 2-point lead. Landry O'Brien on the right wing, double team, Pittsburgh running a zone. 2-3 it looks like. Caton left wing, one drive and a pass. One dribble drive underneath, here's Martin, kick out, and Hall with the interception. Loses possession of the ball, has to pick it up. Forwards it ahead to her teammate, Alyssa Hotsey, and now Pittsburgh straight away with the rim. In the heart of the floor with it is Harrett. Hotsey with it in front of Labette County's student section. Now top of the key, Harrett gets it back. Labette County in a man-to-man, and a pass is flipped out of bounds. Turnover Pittsburgh. Good long defensive possession by Labette County's point guards. Reagan Roberts will check in for Kinsley Boss.
Yeah, no, one thing I've noticed that Labette County has been doing a really great job is breaking the press by Pittsburgh.
Yeah. As they break it here, Roberts under the basket. Landry wants her second three of the game, and you betcha she gets it. Landry O'Brien with 6 points, and Labette is up by 5, and a blocking foul called in transition on Labette County trying to cut off the sideline. I think they get Allie Martin, and they do.
Yeah, no, a really great shot by Landry O'Brien on the other side of the court.
The Grizzlies last Friday, in the midst of having to keep up with Fort Scott, was hitting shots, hitting threes.
Oh, yeah.
Reagan Roberts hit one, and so we're seeing similar things here in the first quarter tonight. Loose ball picked up by Rexwinkle. Good man-to-man defense by Landry there. Minute 20 left in the quarter. Here's Martin underneath the rim, and she'll just throw it out of bounds. It was a tough angle to try to find Roberts in the corner, and it ended up just going out of bounds. Checking in for Pittsburgh is Gabrielle White. She will replace Jackie Hall.
Looking to see how this Pittsburgh offense functions without their leader on the court. So
they do turn it over.
Yeah.
As
we do turn it over right back.
Yeah, as here comes Pittsburgh right to left. A couple turnovers in the last few seconds. And now Labette County gets it back. Caton O'Brien, 2-on-1. She'll hang, shoot, miss. And that'll be a hold call on Pittsburgh. Could have gone either way on that. Is just kind of a meet at the summit. Two girls from both teams went for the basketball, but they call it, I guess they call it on Labette County. As she pointed the referee pointed in our favor.
Yes, she did, as it did go on Landry, so that will be her first foul of the game. So Landry O'Brien, Kaden O'Brien, and Allie Martin will go take a little breather in this last 40 seconds of the first quarter.
Jackie Hall will launch a three from the right wing and miss it. In and out of the cup it goes, as that'll be a backcourt violation on Pittsburg, as the rebound was tipped out by Harrod on this side of half court where Hall touched it. As Pittsburg, if they can get a stop here and maybe score, even if they don't score, Coach Gromer has to be upset, but yet feel fortunate that they're this close, as both teams have been bit by the turnover bug here in this quarter.
Yeah. Seems that we've been coming away with a little bit more points than Pittsburg has.
Right. Here's another nice dump down to Aubrey Boss, who finishes it. I think that was Reagan Roberts on the high-low feed. These are gorgeous post-entry passes. 12-5, Labette leads. Here's a steal. Libby Poole gets her hand in the game, and a foul in transition on Pittsburg. As we will see, that's
wow.
on Jackie Hall, right? Yeah, that's her second.
Wow, yeah, that's her second. That's big for Labette County.
And the fifth is a team on Pittsburg. We have 9 team fouls combined from both these teams. Labette with 4, Pittsburg with 5. That's quite a few fouls for one quarter, as Libby does miss the first free throw.
And getting her second foul, Jacqueline Hall will take a seat on the bench, as Libby Poole didn't quite hit the rim on her second free throw attempt, so Pittsburgh will take the ball out of bounds for the final 13.5 seconds.
12-5, the score remains. Labette County in front. 5 seconds now. Harrod, step back, long two, air ball deep to the Labette County cheer squad. No, Rexwinkle saved it, but the buzzer does sound. Kind of a sloppy first quarter. Both these teams kind of rubbing their eyes a little bit, trying to get on track, but Labette County is advantageous here at the end of one. 12-5 the score. Back in a minute. This is Lady Grizzly basketball.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
It's the Lady Grizzlies by 7 at the end of one, holding Pittsburgh to just 5 points in the opening stand, as Pittsburgh struggled to score the basketball on this court last year against us, and it's carrying over a year later. Pittsburgh, though, looking to change that statement here with the ball to open the second quarter. Jackie Hall gets downhill, and a foul called within the first 14 seconds of the quarter. They're going to get Landry O'Brien, so Landry has 2 for us, and Jackie Hall has 2 for them.
Yeah, it seems to be that those two are going head-to-head at each other, as it'll be a battle of the ages.
Yeah, 2 really nice players, as now Nevaeh Jones is on Hall. So Landry can play maybe on a less aggressive player. She defends Odessa Reed right now, as Reed does have the basketball, flips it to the right elbow to White. Defended firmly by Aubrey Boss, near a 5-second call, but here's Hall, scoop shot, missed off the feed from White, and here comes Landry O'Brien left to right. Slows her pace, picks her dribble up, finds Nevaeh, left wing. Continuing the ball movement is Jones, now she'll get it back. Skip past Landry, wants another 3, gets it! Landry O'Brien with 3 3-pointers. here at home, and Labette leads by 10.
I think Pittsburg right now is definitely taking notes after that third three-point shot right there. She makes another one, and you just can't leave her open right now. As Kinsley Boss will check in for Landry O'Brien.
Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, Anna Jorge back in for Odessa Reed. Harrett with the basketball, the point guard for the Purple Dragons. Moves right to left with Rex Winkle on her. Here's a quick trigger three, and it's good from Alyssa Hotze, as Pittsburgh had run long plays, but there Hotze just let it fly. Labette County already threatening to score. O'Brien, that's Caton. She'll put up an 8-foot floater, hits the rim 3 times, and that'll be out of bounds off Pittsburgh on the board, and it'll stay with Labette County.
Yeah, Pittsburgh was just trying to get a rebound right there, as two purple shirts didn't know they were by each other, so they just kind of hit it off of each other, and it went out of bounds.
Reed is back in for White for Pittsburgh. Labette County inbounds to Nevaeh Jones on the left side. Back to Caton, the ball goes. Nevaeh with the dribble handoff, Rex Winkle, it's poked away. Alyssa Hotze came to play the last couple possessions, and she's fouled by Rex Winkle from behind. I think that's on the floor, or it should be, and Pittsburgh will inbound under their own basket.
Definitely not very strong with the ball right now, as it just seems to be that Pittsburgh is getting every hand on the ball and getting the takeaway from us right now, so got to be a little bit stronger with that ball and not so careless with it.
6 minutes to play in the first half, 15-8 Labette County over Pittsburgh. Harrett with it. Passes it off to Jorge, who dribbles out of bounds. Turnover Pittsburgh, and Labette County up by 7. Feels like a little more with how well Landry shot, as it was 10 a little bit ago. Trying to stretch their lead back out here.
Yeah, sitting there probably just looking for some more people to score the ball for us, and as we do get a turnover on us.
Entry pass thrown away by Addison Rexwinkle. Pittsburgh with good hands-up defense. Harrett picks up her dribble with a turn and give to Alyssa Hotze. Has a 3-point basket and a steal on her team's last 2 possessions. Hall with the basketball finds Harrett in the corner. She'll head fake drive, put up a floater that's strong. Backside board by Caton O'Brien is successful, and a double dribble is called on her. That's a good call from the official there underneath.
As Libby Poole will check in for Addison Rexwinkle.
Pittsburgh flips it in and scores right away. Anna Jorge on the basket, and the Purple Dragons are within 5. Labette County will see if they can score here. Nevaeh Jones looks to back down Harrett and is forced to kick it out. Libby Poole in the game for the Grizzlies. 5 minutes to play in the half. Jones lets a 3 rip, misses it deep, hits the top of the backboard, and then misses. Had to hit the rim one more time. Because, man, you can't do a lot. They're calling a lot of fouls.
Yeah,
as that's the second on Caton O'Brien.
Wow. Yeah, as Addison Rexwinkle will check in for Caton O'Brien after that. So Caton O'Brien and Landry O'Brien both have 2 fouls sitting on the bench for us. So hopefully with them 2 on the bench, we look for somebody else to score the ball for us, as, you know, Landry is our leading scorer with 9 points. So hopefully somebody will step up.
As you have 3 girls on the court right now who did not start for Labette County tonight, which I'm not saying that to be surprised, but we do have a little bit of maybe foul trouble with O'Brien girls on the bench with 2 fouls. So a big couple minutes, however long it may be for the Grizzlies. Pittsburgh misses a shot, and Labette County the other way just tosses it out of bounds. Turnover Grizzlies. And Coach Gromer of Pittsburgh is going to try to sit on this momentum a little bit. He'll call a timeout. And it's just a 30-second timeout. And we'll go ahead and just take it with him. 30-second break. Grizzlies up by 5.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
Welcome back to Altamont inside Harrison Gymnasium. Jack Leake, Ian Harlow on the call with you. Lady Grizzlies lead Pittsburg by 5 with 4:15 to play in the half. A lot of turnovers from our Grizzlies so far, having to play some defense fresh out of a Pittsburg timeout. With the basketball on the far side is Hotsy with it. Dump down pass is in and out of the hands of the intended target, Reed. And that's a turnover for Pittsburg, their first in a little bit, as they had played pretty clean to get back within 5.
Yeah, definitely rebounded off of that first quarter, looking to put a lot more pressure on us this second quarter. So
another turnover for Labette County. Addison Rexwinkle struggling here in the second quarter. Pittsburgh does miss a layup, Reed on the shot, and here come the Grizzlies with the basketball again. Been dry offensively here recently. 3:30 to go in the half. Aubrey Boss in the corner. Kinsley left open, shoots a hook shot off the glass. It misses. Tipped about. Who's got it? It's Pittsburgh. Now it's stolen by Boss. Now tipped about, and Hall gets it back for Pittsburgh as she'll try to pick up her low dribble and does so. Jorge on the rotation to Harrett. Pittsburgh likes to keep the ball beyond the arc for a long time, and then they'll attack, or then they'll throw it inside.
Yeah, definitely just looking to get us a little tired and then go inside and attack at us.
Yeah, it certainly seems like that's the case, Ian, as they're extremely patient. Longer offensive possessions than we see a lot, as three-point shot by Harrett, strong, into the arms of Rexwinkle. Labette County in a fast break. Jones, her shot missed, but she's fouled and will shoot a couple free throws where nobody's been too busy, even though there have been a lot of fouls. This will just be the 5th and 6th free throw of the game for both teams combined.
Hoping for 2 solid points here from Nevaeh Jones, as we only made 3 points in this second quarter so far, and we are 3/4 of the way done with it, as Landry O'Brien and Allie Martin will check in for Aubrey Boss and Addison Rexwinkle.
Nevaeh's first free throw is a miss. Jones looks to get her second one and misses it strong. Rebound is tipped off of Kinsley Boss, and it will be Pittsburgh basketball.
Definitely been a very quiet quarter for us so far, as Landry made that 1 3-pointer, went sat on the bench, and then we just couldn't make anything else happen for us. So hopefully in this last 2.5 minutes we can make something happen for us.
Pittsburgh was close to turning it over and or getting a 10-second violation, so Coach Gromer calls a timeout. We'll keep it here and thank a few amazing businesses for making our job possible. Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, and SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier and Meister. Lady Grizzlies, both these teams are kind of playing like the weather, cold. 15-10 is the score with 2.5 minutes left in the half. And typically, if our Lady Grizzlies can hold someone to 10 points in the first 14 minutes of play, they're really stomping them. But not tonight.
Yeah, our defense hasn't played bad at all. It just kind of seems like our offense is just a little cold right now, like you said, like the weather. So hopefully get something started for us either in these last 2 minutes or take a break at halftime, come into the second half and look a lot better.
Pittsburg gets it into the paint, and then they kick it right back out. Hall lets a three fly, missed it. Pittsburg with an offensive rebound, and that'll be Landry O'Brien's third personal foul as she tried to kind of swipe at the basketball. So she'll probably come back out, and she does. Aubrey Boss back in for Landry, who has 9 points for the Grizzlies with 3 3-point baskets. 2 Purple Dragons check in. It's Hotsy and Reed. Those two will replace White and Harrett.
Yeah, definitely foul trouble has been a little bit of a problem for us in the past. And last game it wasn't too big of a problem, but, you know, being a little aggressive in this game, it's not bad, but can be a bad thing once you start fouling.
Right.
These refs are not afraid to blow their whistles.
Sometimes when you feel like you're superior from the other team, feel like you should be up by more, you start to take gambles that you shouldn't rather than letting the game come to you. Here's Pittsburg underneath, and Hall will shoot and score, and these Lady Dragons are within 3. They might turn it over again, Labette County, but they somehow get it. Kinsley Boss with a nice catch. Here's a shot off the glass, no good from Aubrey Boss, and Pittsburgh's looking to maybe tie it here with a 3-point shot.
Yeah, no, I haven't really seen a really good offensive possession from Labette County so far, so I think that's been our biggest issue.
Minute, 10 seconds left in the half, 15-12 Lady Grizzlies. Hotsy at the top of the key, flips it off to Sophia Hetrick, who's in the ball game for the first time tonight. Here's Hall underneath, well contested by Kinsley Boss. Her shot's missed, but it goes off of Aubrey on the backside board, and Pittsburgh will get another try. .58 seconds left. Ball goes into Hall. 15-12, Labette up 3. Her shot's blocked by Libby Poole. I'll tell you, Libby Poole came to play this evening, doing a lot of good things here tonight. She has the basketball at the top of the key with 40 ticks left in the half. Jones in the 2-3 zone for Pittsburgh, throws out of it to Libby Poole left wing. Cutting away from the ball is Boss. Here's Jones right wing. Quick trigger tray. Good. Labette County needed it. Nevaeh Jones delivered. One more stop to end the half for Labette here defensively.
Definitely a really good shot by Nevaeh Jones there, and something that we desperately needed before going into half. So hopefully we can get just maybe another shot off right before halftime, get a little bit more momentum going into the second half.
Pass to the corner results.
Labette County ball.
Okay, I couldn't see
I think
here.
it went out. I think Jacqueline Hall couldn't get her hand on it quite, and then it just went out of bounds.
Okay, so Labette County has more than enough time to get a comfortable shot off. Up by 6. This would be a gift. 6 seconds. Here's Kaiten O'Brien with it. Down to 3. Decent look for 3. Bricked it. Tipped about. Pittsburgh has it. And there's the end of the half here from Harrison Gymnasium. 18-12. Good guys in front, but those Purple Dragons are playing hard. Back in 3 minutes with the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Welcome in, Grizzly fans. Or if we have some visiting viewers or listeners, absolutely welcome you in with open arms, as well as some other teams within the league are off tonight, so maybe you're tuning in. Can't get enough of SEK play. Got to have your 2 daily doses a week. We welcome you in as well. 18-12. Lady Grizzlies in front, laboring a little bit against these Pittsburg Lady Dragons who came to play. Now listen, we're fortunate Pittsburg didn't play too well that half.
Yes.
Because they made us play poor.
Yeah.
And credit them for that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's definitely not the half that Coach Vollmer was wanting from her team, but, you know, yes, like you said, we are very fortunate to be up by 6 right now, as how poorly we played in that second quarter, and, you know, we played pretty good in that first quarter, and then that second quarter rolled around, and we played sloppy, laid back, and not high intense like we were in that first quarter as much. So
right.
Kind of sitting Landry and Caton, as they both got into a little bit of a foul trouble, it did affect our play, it seemed like, a little bit as well. So, you know, you can't just rely on just 2 people or 3 people scoring your points either. So
right.
Somebody else has to step up and make those points for you, and I think that's something that we kind of struggled with in that second quarter.
Labette County just had 6 points in the second quarter, 2 field goals. A 3-point shot by Landry O'Brien and Nevaeh Jones. They each had a 3. So we'll go ahead and go right into this first half statistics for you as part of the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Leading scorer for Labette County, Landry O'Brien, with 9 points on 3 3-pointers. Aubrey Boss has 4, Nevaeh Jones has 3, and Kinsley Boss has 2. Libby Poole, I'll mention her, she hasn't scored, but she has a couple really nice steals for Labette County that has allowed us to keep the little lead that we do have. Libby Poole has, it's been obvious how well she's played. So
the little things matter.
Oh man, absolutely, especially in the more ugly games.
Oh, yes.
Because that really puts a magnifying glass under some of those things that typically get overlooked in a shootout.
Yeah.
For Pittsburgh, 2 players have 5 points. Alyssa Hotsey has 5 and Jackie Hall has 5. Anna Jorge has the remaining 2 points. Yeah, low score game, 18-12, Lady Grizzlies in front, as that has to be, I'll flip through my book here, but that has to be, it's their lowest scoring second quarter all season long, as they've had a couple low scoring first halves on the year, as they only had 17 points in the first half against Chanute, I believe. But that second quarter, just 2 field goals. You know, we haven't seen one of those running floaters by Caton O'Brien, as she even labored a little bit last Friday, scoring just 2. So yeah. Caton has kind of faded into the shadows, still plays hard and we need her, but in terms of scoring production, just faded back a little bit. That'll come, but we're trying to figure out how to be successful without her scoring.
Yes. And, you know, she's been very, very quiet, and that's not been a bad thing either. She has been assisting the ball around the arc and the paint, and she's been giving some good passes out. So, you know, scoring hasn't been a big problem for her when she's getting other people to score the ball for her. But, you know, we talk about other things as well, as that first half we had a lot of turnovers, and that kind of carried on from that Fort Scott game that we had last Friday. And, you know, we had a lot of turnovers then, and, you know, if you carry that on throughout this game, it's gonna be a poor game and not a lot of scoring. And so hopefully the second half, Coach Vollmer gave him a pretty good talk and to get stuff together and make smarter possessions and better passes.
2 minutes, 40 seconds until third quarter action will be underway here in Altamont. We'll step aside for our first short break of the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Back in 1 minute with the rest here on KLKC Parsons. few other sponsors we would like to thank that allow us to do what we do. Tank Connection, Community National Bank, Wood Insurance Center, USD 506, The Corner Store of Altamont, and Olson Ace Hardware. And a quick shout out, KLKC radio station in Parsons, which is what we are through, 106.7 FM, also has another station, V93, that's 93.5 FM, which is where Scott and Tony do the Parsons games, as well as the home of Chiefs football on the radio. So if you're one of those people that's upset, including myself, that the Chiefs game might only be on Peacock, and you just don't want to spend that money to watch it go through the havoc, you can tune in. I think the Chiefs play tomorrow night. I'm sure you Chiefs fans know I'm not one of them, but I'm sure you know.
7:20 if I'm not wrong.
Okay, hey, Ian's one of them. 7:20. Tune in tomorrow night, V93. That's 93.5 FM. You can hear the pregame show. I think it starts at 6. Postgame show, everything on 93.5 FM tomorrow night. Chiefs versus Dolphins, wild card playoff football. So pretty proud to get to say that the station in which we do games for can be found on it tomorrow night during the game, 93.5 FM.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kind of a bummer. We have one reformal tomorrow during the Chiefs game.
Oh, wow, that's brutal. Hey, tough decisions are going to have to be made.
We'll have it on the TV apparently. So.
Oh, probably. There you go. I can tell you right now where all the guys might be.
Yep. Not in there dancing.
Third quarter is underway. Labette County has the basketball. Entry pass poked out of bounds by Pittsburg as just 16 seconds have gone off of the clock. Labette County cold first half. Landry O'Brien does have 3 personal fouls, as Ian talked about earlier. Nevaeh Jones with a long 2, down and out, no good, and it'll be Pittsburgh basketball.
Not a bad shot selection by Nevaeh Jones there, just couldn't get it to fall for her.
Jackie Hall, left wing, had 5 points in that first half. Of course, nobody scored a lot since it's low scoring, but expect her to maybe rip the net a couple times this half as White underneath loses possession out of bounds off of her own leg, and Labette County has it back. Aubrey and Kinsley Boss are 2 really nice post defenders.
Oh yeah, definitely really great post defenders, as Caden kind of just tried to get it to Kinsley Boss at the half-court line and just kind of bonked off her head and went out of bounds, so it will be a Pittsburgh possession now. But like you said, the Bosmans are very great down there for defensive-wise and as well as offensive-wise. They can score and protect the paint, so they're big threats down there.
18-12 remains the score. Addison Rexwinkle gets her paw in the play and I believe forces the turnover, as they're going to call that off of Pittsburgh. She poked it away, and it ended up going off the fingertips of Reed.
Have we been playing any press this game? I haven't really noticed anything if we have been.
To open the game, a lot of the first half, all the first quarter, both these teams kind of picked each other up near half court. Pittsburgh has been defensively in a 2-3 zone all game, as Labette does turn it over, and subsequently Pittsburgh misses a shot out of bounds. So you didn't miss anything during our chat there. Labette County will have it. But now here Pittsburgh is picking them up here again at half court.
You know, we always had that hard press in the beginning of the season that like nobody could get past, and it kind of just seems like we've
like our team playing the okay.
Kind of seems like we've kind of been a little bit afraid to play it now, since I don't remember who was. Maybe Chanute got past it pretty easily and kind of defaulted back to just half-court pressing. And then
Landry O'Brien is back in the game, throws a hook pass inside, tipped about. Pittsburgh tries to get a steal, and it is successful. Out of bounds off of Labette County. A lot of poked balls out of bounds this evening for both of these squads, as Pittsburgh has possession. Nobody yet to score here in the third quarter. Hall with the basketball near the volleyball stripe, pasted in gold from south to north here on the court. She'll flip it off to the right side to Hotsy. She played well, matching Hall for the leading scorer for 5 points in the first half. White sets a screen. Hotsy left open, right wing 3, off to the right side, and a foul underneath going the other way on White for Pittsburg.
Lovely, really good defensive possession right there from Labette County, as they just Pittsburgh couldn't get anything inside or anything on the arc. So looking a lot better in the second half so far. As offense has been pretty quiet so far still, as there has been about 2 minutes off the clock already.
Yeah, nobody scored here. Nevaeh Jones might have got away with a travel. Coach Gromer agreed with me for Pittsburgh. Labette County keeps a possession alive. Good dunk down pass. Layup is missed by Kinsley Boss. Kaiten O'Brien with one of her infamous faked shots and a dump down to Boss, but she missed it. Here's Pittsburgh looking to drive as Hall gets downhill around a couple defenders and lays it in. Pittsburgh within 4.
Yeah, really good job by Hall there, just kind of attacking the paint when having O'Brien on her, Landry that is, because she has 3 fouls, so really smart play by Jacqueline.
Landry O'Brien knocks down her 4th three-pointer of the game. This one directly from the top of the key. She's got 12, and Labette's back up 7.
Can't leave her open. She's going to make you pay.
As on this end, Alitza Hotsy knocks down a 3, and the lid has maybe come off for both these teams. 21-17 the score. Landry, right wing, pulls down a 3-point shot, pulls up from about 12, misses it, tries to get her own rebound, ball's on the deck, she gets it, saves it to Nevaeh. In the corner, Reagan Roberts has it, now to Landry, right wing. Tough dump down pass is successful to Kinsley Boss. Roberts wants a 3 in the corner, and Reagan Roberts buries it. She might have been behind the backboard. She was so deep in the corner. I don't know how she got that one to go.
Reagan Roberts is a secret sharpshooter.
Yes.
Wow.
As a near tightrope walk from Hotsy, as she was somehow able to stay in, but then she threw it away. So Labette County up 7, 2 threes on their last couple possessions. Ball thrown inside to Kinsley Boss, and a foul on Pittsburgh trying to play behind Boss. They're going to get Ana Jorge, as that's actually just the second foul of the quarter. 3:50 to go in the third, 24-17 Labette County. Landry left open in the corner, short, missed it. Jones drives, shoots, scores, left hand off the glass. Labette County goes up 9.
Good shot by Landry O'Brien there. She was open on the 3-point line, but a better offensive rebound by Nevaeh Jones, and then attacking the rim and getting that 2-point conversion to go for her.
Pittsburgh starting to walk on thin ice. Hall, floater, missed it. Rebound Kinsley. Will we smell a Pittsburgh timeout if Labette gets one to go here? Let me try that. As here's Kaiten with a masterful pass, and Kinsley Boss with the finish. Timeout Pittsburgh. What a work of art by Kaiten O'Brien, baiting the defense right and making them pay to the left. Nice play by the point guard. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Lady Grizzly basketball.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the 4-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information, or visit labette.edu.
My name is Bria.
As the Lady Grizzlies have started to kind of break this one open a little bit, they lead by 11 and get a steal fresh out of the timeout, as supposedly, Ian, Coach Vollmer's the one that called the timeout.
Really?
So my prediction wasn't right, as it'll be a foul on Pittsburgh. So Labette County will maintain possession. It says Pittsburgh has 3 timeouts remaining and we have 4, as I forget how many a coach gets per half. Well, but I was told by a fan behind me that Labette County called the timeout.
I thought I maybe saw their Pittsburgh's head coach kind of signal for a timeout there, but I could be wrong.
Well, it would make much more sense for Pittsburgh to call it as Landry O'Brien drives, shoots, and scores. Landry O'Brien having herself a night. Labette County in the blink of an eye up by 13. Pittsburgh looks to attack. Across the paint pass picked away by Libby Poole has played really nice defensively for Labette. Checking in for Pittsburgh is Hayden Turnbull. She'll get Reed.
Yeah, defense has definitely stepped up for us, as well as the offense, as we have been scoring the ball a lot better this half.
Hull looks to drive, cut off short corner, turns and heaves it, and it might be a backcourt violation. It is. Certainly, Ian, you said it right. Labette County's turned it up.
Yeah, definitely. And less turnovers as well, and
yes.
And it seems that Pittsburgh kind of turned the ball over the same they had in the first half, and we're just kind of doing a better job at not doing that.
Aubrey Boss banging bodies underneath, tries to get one to go, misses a couple times. Roberts on the backside bails her out, and a foul on Pittsburgh, and Roberts will shoot a couple free throws. That's on Gabrielle White for Pittsburgh. Her second, team's fourth of the quarter. Labette yet to commit a crime. Roberts misses the first free throw. 2:08 left in the third quarter. As two Purple Dragons check in, it's Jorge and Reed back in for Hetrick and Turnbull. Second free throw for Roberts, missed as well, but they say a lane violation on Reagan, so it wouldn't have mattered anyways if she made it. Pittsburgh basketball it is.
Yeah, Labette County will be playing a little bit of a half-court press and has been doing a pretty good job so far, so hopefully they'll staying dangerous.
Pittsburgh underneath, whipping the ball around. Landry nearly gets a steal, playing with 3 fouls. It's almost the fourth quarter, so you can almost say she's not really in foul trouble anymore unless she picks one up in the next minute 40 of the third quarter. Going into the fourth with 3 personals isn't that bad.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Hey, you're coming along. The broadcast jinx is a real thing. 90 seconds left. Pittsburgh with another long possession. Reed at the top, defended by Landry. Off the ball pass to Jorge. Coming to get it is Hotsy. She's hit a couple threes in the game.
Definitely not the time to be stalling time right now, I feel like, for Pittsburgh, as Pittsburgh kind of just throws it away, and Libby Poole will get a steal.
Yeah, Libby again played really well, but yeah, Pittsburgh might not be the time to take your time.
No.
Roberts on the left wing. Pittsburgh still not giving up on the 2-3 zone, which has maybe allowed Landry to get hot. A lot of her threes have been good looks. Caton gets a good look, missed it short. Backside board by Poole is missed. Tipped about, Landry O'Brien has it. Left open from 12, cans it. Landry O'Brien with a night, knocking down 4 threes and a couple twos here in this one. O'Brien nearly gets a steal with 32 ticks left in the quarter. Labette up 15. This game was tight the whole way. And Pittsburgh letting the wound be gashed by Labette County in this quarter.
I'm not quite sure what Pittsburgh is doing, because the last 2 possessions, they've just kind of been at the top of the arc and the key and just kind of just wasting time. And I feel like maybe it's our defense that's playing really good, or they just, a play's not working out for them.
As Hall will let a deep 3 fly. She misses it. Landry hits the deck, and we're going to get a stoppage of play. A whistle's blown in with 0.3 seconds left.
22 Pittsburgh. So that'll be on Hotsy.
Wow. As that is actually significant, because even though there's 0.3 seconds left in the quarter,
wow.
That is the 5th team foul indeed, Ian, on Pittsburgh. So Labette with 0.3 ticks on the clock. Landry O'Brien gets to shoot 2 free throws. It was worth the extra hustle for Landry to dive on the floor there as the buzzer was just about to sound.
Yeah, always hustling. You know, everything pays. As Landry will make her first free throw attempt.
She's really shooting well.
Oh, yes.
I mean, she put that free throw up and just without thinking, as the second one is up and perfect.
Yeah, definitely feeling it tonight.
Ball is thrown in, and moments later the buzzer sounds. Landry O'Brien with
18.
You're right, 18 points. Labette County leads by 17. They owned that third quarter. Back in a minute with the fourth quarter from Altamont. This is Grizzly basketball. Labette County with a big-time third quarter, outscoring Pittsburg 16-5. Now they're buckling down on defense here. Pittsburg desperately needs a good 3 minutes here to open the final stanza. Harrett with the basketball for Pittsburg. Didn't call her name a lot in that third quarter. I don't know if she was in the game a lot. She had to have been.
Maybe she was, and she just didn't. We didn't really recognize how much she was in the game.
Had to have been, as I guess there were some Purple Dragons who weren't too successful in that quarter. Labette did own that third pretty well as Pittsburg misses a shot at the rim. Landry O'Brien with 18 points in the game with the board, and she'll throw it away. First turnover, at least first ugly one in a long time.
Yeah, definitely playing a lot smoother basketball so far, so hopefully we can continue this in the fourth quarter.
Harrett with the basketball. Pittsburgh a little confused as to what Coach Grummer is asking of them, as now they go inside. Shot off the glass, missed by Jorge. Gets her own rebound and misses again. We have a foul on the floor after that second miss by Jorge. I think it's on the floor on Labette County. Kinsley Boss, I think. Or I'm sorry. It is Kinsley. Okay, yes. That's Kinsley's first and the team's first of the fourth. 6:50 left in the game, 34-17, Lady Grizzlies. Hall in the corner, double team, flips it out to Hotsey, top of the key. Right arm hook pass to Harrett, defended by Jones, now O'Brien. A lot of Grizzlies on one side of the floor there, and a foul on the Grizzlies. That'll be on Allie Martin, her second, team second.
You know, usually we would see a lot more from Jacqueline Hall. It kind of seems like she's having a little bit of an off night tonight. She usually is a main scorer for Pittsburgh and always keeping them in the game, and just hasn't been there for her tonight. 7
points Hall has. The senior guard for Pittsburgh had a great career as a Purple Dragon, as Hotsey shot the ball pretty well tonight, dishes it off to Hall on a give and go. Harrett lets a three-point shot go and misses it. Jorge playing hard though with an offensive board for her squad. Hotsey looking for her third three and bricks it. Rebound fought for, and Jorge saves it, and they're going to say it's off of Labette County. It'll stay with Pittsburgh, who is scrapping hard.
Definitely not boxing out like they would. Is that Pittsburgh's ball?
They signaled for Pitt to obtain possession. It looked like it was off of Jorge, who was fighting here below us.
Yeah, I figured it would be too, but she has been playing hard down there on the paint and getting every rebound that she can, and it's been paying off for her.
As another foul on Kaiten O'Brien, as she was riding the hip of Harrett. That's the third on Kaiten and the team's third. I think all of them are on this possession alone. This has been the longest possession in the history of 4A girls basketball as Pittsburgh gets another offensive rebound.
Like we said earlier, it's definitely not the time to be wasting time, and you need every second that you get when you're down by this much.
Yeah, as they're running fully through a lot of offensive sets, as he's had all the time in the world to go through his playbook, so I don't blame him getting some reps in here. Not a bad move, really. As here's Hall with a little euro, and she'll shoot a floater and score.
Really good drive and shot by Hall there. Just kind of went up with the left hand or offhand and made a really good looking floater.
Labette County, meanwhile, airballs a floater that lands on the red baseline under the basket, resulting in Pittsburgh possession here to our left as they move to the right. Harrett running point, Landry on her. O'Brien played super well with 3 fouls, as stepping out of bounds this time, no foul, as Harrett, Labette County snatches the ball right back, forcing a turnover.
Much rather take that than another foul call right there.
Absolutely. Would have been the 4th as a team on Labette, making this game much longer down the stretch. O'Brien drives. Jones, short corner jumper. In and out, hit the backboard. Who's it out of bounds on? Pittsburgh. It'll stay with the Grizzlies. Ball goes into Nevaeh. She'll cradle, shoot, and score. Nevaeh's first crafty finish at the rim, but she does have a quiet 7 points. She's played well.
Yeah, definitely a really difficult shot right there, so very impressive by Nevaeh Jones to finish that take that she had.
Such a good athlete, Nevaeh. 3-point shot missed short by Hall. Landry O'Brien beats her out for the board and then throws it away and finds herself in a tough situation as Harrett scores her first layup, or first points, I should say, of the contest. 36-21, Labette in front, 4:20 left in the game. Jones wants another bucket and will get it. Wide open baseline drive. Nevaeh Jones has 9.
Yeah, really good take to the basket. Went from the baseline and just found herself wide open, and she just kind of used her body to get in there and make that 2-point.
Good ball movement from Pittsburgh. Harrett misses a 3, out of bounds off of Reed. Labette County will have the ball up by 17. 3 Grizzlies check in. It will be Addison Rexwinkle, Reagan Roberts, and Aubrey Boss in the ball game. The 2 staying on the floor is Landry and Katen O'Brien.
Yeah, kind of shocking to see Nevaeh come out, maybe just give her a little breather. She has been playing pretty good this 4th quarter for us.
3:55 left in the contest, 38-21. Labette in the lead, trying to rebound on a 2-game skid. Losses to Chanute and Fort Scott over the last 2 games. Ball tipped out of bounds. Labette County will get to run a play from underneath their own rim. O'Brien to throw it in. She'll flip it over the top of Hotsy to Rexwinkle. Roberts has it. Reagan has hit 3-point shot this game. Here's a drive from Landry. Shoots it, misses it short, rebound Hall. She'll go quickly. Tries to beat defenders down the floor, and a foul going the other way. There's no way that's on Hall. Did she extend her arm? He called an offensive foul on Pittsburgh, as that is on Jackie Hall. Her first foul in a long time, her 3rd total, as Labette tries to take advantage of Pittsburgh getting back. And heaves it. It's out of bounds off of Pittsburgh. It'll stay with Labette. I didn't see the offensive foul there on Hall.
No, me neither. I thought maybe just a foul on us, a blocking foul.
Yeah. Aubrey Boss has it. Dribble handoff to Landry. Off the inbounds play. 3:15 left in the game. Entry pass way too high for Roberts. Intercepted by Reed. Here comes Reed the other way. Her pass tipped, stolen by Aubrey Boss, but not before her foot went out of bounds. Or was it a foul on Pittsburgh? One of the 2.
It's going this way. Oh, no, she mistaken herself. Pittsburgh ball still. I was like, I'm pretty sure the boss had the ball and just kind of fell out of bounds.
Right.
Unless it was a foul, but it wasn't.
Ball's thrown in. A good set play here. A bunny at the rim missed by Jorge, as she thought Labette got the rebound and started to jog back, but Pittsburgh has it. She has to get back in the play. Here's Hall with it. 3 minutes left in the game. 38-21, Grizzlies in front. Hall with a deep 3, misses it deep. Rexwinkle with a board, and O'Brien on the outlet pass. She'll look to push the pace, now slow down near the student section. Ball goes into Aubrey Boss. Kick out, left corner 3. Rex Winkle trickles over the front of the rim, and it is indeed a long 2-point shot, but still a good one for Addison.
Yeah, really good shot by Addison there. Just kind of set her feet just a little bit in front of the line to get her a long range too, but definitely made it, and definitely a really good point there.
Potsy misses a 3-point shot, and you can really start to see some fatigue setting in underneath these purple jerseys for the Dragons, as they're just kind of moping around a little bit after they put up a shot, not fighting as much for offensive boards as they were earlier, getting a little gassed maybe is Pittsburg. Here's a pass underneath to Reagan. She'll miss a layup, and clearing space is Jorge, drawing a foul on Roberts. So that's just the fourth team foul in Labette County of the fourth quarter. Pittsburg with 1. Minute 50 left in the game. Labette County up by 19. If you're just tuning in, this was a tight game, and our Grizzlies were on upset watch for a little while.
Had a good turnaround half here.
They absolutely have, as Hall misses a 3-point shot. Rex Winkle with a board and then throws it away. Hotsy sticking with it and gets the and one. A really nice play. Just as I said they looked gas, Alyssa Hotsy shuts my mouth, and she'll get a nice play, bucket plus the foul. As Labette County has really struggled with that, Ian. Their passes really predictable, particularly their outlet passes. As we can chat about that later, as we do have a full timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. Back in 1 minute, this is Lady Grizzly basketball.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information, or visit labette.edu.
(40-23) Lady Grizzlies in front, with Alyssa Hotsy at the line trying to convert the 3-point play, as she has really made her way up near the top tier of scoring for her team. As she does miss the free throw, it's tipped about, and Anna Jorge has it for Pittsburgh, who does get a lot of offensive rebounds, at least tonight, as Hotsy wants a 3 and misses it. Hotsy does have 10 points, though.
Yeah, definitely been a struggle to box out Jorge the last little bit of this game. Seems that she's gotten every rebound that she's been under the basket.
As we have a few whistles, and what is it, a double dribble on Labette County?
Yeah, double dribble on Kaden O'Brien as she tried to get into the post and get a little bit of a floater shot going for her by the free throw line. Just kind of stumbled a little bit and got a double dribble.
As underneath Pittsburgh, it's Hall with a bucket plus the foul. So back-to-back old-fashioned 3-point plays for Pittsburgh. Hotsy couldn't convert the last one. We'll see if Hall can get this free throw to go.
Yeah, that's one thing about Pittsburgh that I noticed, that no matter how far down they are, they're always going to fight to try to get back into the game no matter what the time says or the points are.
As Hull does convert, 40-26 the score, Labette by 14 with 50 seconds left in the game, and Reagan Roberts throws it away.
I guess anything can happen.
Oh, yeah. Just really errant passes for Labette County when they're trying to break a press. It's like it's a hot potato.
Yeah, like right before we went to that minute timeout, we were talking about how our passes are very predictable, and you are certainly right about that. I mean, feels like every time that we're looking to pass somewhere, it feels like a defender's right there about to intercept it and take it down, and it's been rough.
A jump ball is signaled in here after a play on the ball by a player from each team rather, and the possession arrow favors Labette County. Libby Poole will throw it in. Throws it to Kaiten O'Brien, who tracks it down and now slows her dribble and waltzes it up the floor.
The teams have been really good at reading our eyes and predicting where our passes are going to be.
That's a good point, Ian. They really have been. Pass inside, nearly stolen, and it is. Harrett the other way for Pittsburgh. Pulls up, straightaway three off the glass, miss. Kaiten O'Brien with the board. She'll get by Hall and Jorge. Now Harrett, she's streaking all the way down the floor, and now she'll back it out with 9 seconds left. And Labette County will end a 2-game skid and move to 6-3 on the season and back within the area of competitive in the SEK. It felt like they needed to have this one, Ian.
Yes.
And they made it happen with a big-time third quarter as they go to 3-2 in the SEK. A pivotal win, but Pittsburgh didn't let it happen without a fight. They played well. They put 20 minutes on the scoreboard. I personally need a little bit of a break. So, Amanda, if it's okay, I know you hate it, I'll just take an awkward 4-minute timeout, and we'll come back with a victorious Bowen Pharmacy post-game show.
Unfortunately, Jack will not be here just yet, so we will wait just a couple minutes for him to be back as we do bring you back to Labette County High School, where the girls of Labette County have just gotten a well-needed victory against the Pittsburg Dragons. So coming off of 2 losses and coming into this back home, it was a really great win for Labette County that we definitely did need. So we'll wait for Jack to get back to lead us a little bit longer into this conversation. As we did just have the littles of all the grade schools from around Labette County, Meadowview, Mount Valley, Bartlett, Edna, all those littles that play basketball. You just kind of walked down here and had a very memorable time. You know, that's always something fun to do.
Have you been talking about me?
Yes, great things, great things.
Hey, I'm part of the training process, Ian.
Yeah.
I fake a restroom break and just leave you alone for 2 minutes to see what happens.
He was just testing me.
I'll go back and listen to it later. No, you're great. I'm sure it was great. Sorry about that. Welcome into the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show. As for the first time in 2 games, it's a victorious one. The Lady Grizzlies win 40-26 over the Pittsburg Purple Dragons. Landry O'Brien was the main headline, as was the third quarter in total. But Landry ended the night with 18 personal points. She shot the ball well with 4 3-point baskets.
Yeah, definitely came out the gates feeling hot, feeling like she was going to make any shot that she was going to shoot up, and that's what she did. Made Pittsburgh regret ever having any space left for her to shoot a basketball. So definitely came out here and proved to be a worthy basketball player, and Pittsburgh just kind of left her open, and just kind of regrets it now.
As they never left that 2-3 zone.
No.
Not saying they should have, but it certainly made it a little bit easier for Landry, because when you go in a 2-3 zone, you're willing the other team to shoot.
Yes.
You're saying, all right, beat us from beyond the arc. And Landry played really well. So she had 18 4 3-point baskets. Nevaeh Jones had 9. Aubrey and Kinsley Boss each had 4. Reagan Roberts had 3, and Addison Rexwinkle had 2. For Pittsburgh, just 4 scores for them. Jackie Hall had 12, Alyssa Hotze had 10, Ava Harrett had 2, and Anna Jorge had 2. But Ian, certainly, without question, that third quarter was the story.
Yes.
At halftime, it was 18-12 Grizzlies, and even for a little bit of the third quarter, like 3 minutes of it, it was close. Pittsburgh got within, I don't know, did they get within 5 or so, like within 4 in the third, or what was that in the second quarter? But either way,
I can't quite remember.
Either way, it was about midway through the third quarter when Labette County really started to turn it up, and you even used that terminology, outscoring Pittsburgh 16-5 in that third quarter.
Yeah, definitely a big quarter that we needed, and I've been saying this since the very first game, and I'm going to continue saying it until it doesn't actually happen. But Labette County girls always come out better in the second half than the first half. Not saying the first half was bad, but they always seem to do a lot better and pick it up in the second half and just score the ball and play a lot better defense. And I mean, that's always been the best thing for us. And I mean, sooner or later they're gonna face a team that's gonna make us pay for not playing great in the first half, and if ever does come to that. But so far we've been playing great in the second half, and it's continued to be that way.
13 minutes until tip of the boys' game. I'm sure, especially after a win, as Coach Vollmer always comes up, but I'm sure tonight she'll make her way up here to us if it didn't slip her mind, as it has been a week since we did play last. So hopefully she can come chat with us for a while. But yeah, you said it well. You have Burlington next week, and you want to go win every game you can. But it felt good to get a league win because
yes.
Now we're 3-2 in the SEK rather than 2-4.
2-4, yeah. That's a big difference there. That's a big difference. Whether either you win SEK or you lose it, and it could be either by one game. And games like this, even if like we only won this by 2 points, say it's a big win for us no matter what. So coming in here after 2 losses especially was a big thing that we needed, and a well-needed win for Lebec County girls.
Yeah, certainly was. We'll go ahead and step aside for 2 minutes. This has been the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show. Welcome back, Grizzly fans, to the Bowen Pharmacy post-game show. Jack Leake joined to my right by Brianna Vollmer, head coach of the victorious Lady Grizzlies. Coach, it felt like a pivotal game. You know, you either go to, I know you don't keep track of numbers, but you're 3-2 in the league now compared to 2-3 or whatever it would have been. Felt like one that didn't need to have, wanted to have, and you got it.
We did. We absolutely needed this win, and we needed it for us, I think, the most. And, you know, the gaps in our schedule allow us to practice for 4 days, but sometimes that's a lot of thought going into, you know, some things that we're already overthinking. So it was a great win for us. I'm just trying to get us to slow down a little bit. In the first half, you saw us kind of try to force some things, and we try to make things up in one play, or we try to have a highlight pass when all we need to do is play boring basketball. And we just need to make the easy pass and make the easy play, and we did that in the second half, and our defense turned into offense, and I thought we had some kids that stepped off the bench and did a really amazing job. I thought Kaiten O'Brien controlled tempo towards the end of a ball game. She always wants the ball in her hands. She's doing more point guard things that I've asked her to do, and I know that's hard for her sometimes because she is so offensive minded, but she wants a team win more than anything. So she stepped into that role. Libby Poole stepped off the bench and did some amazing things. Reagan Roberts, they both rebounded really well. So I'm nothing but happy, and we're going to continue to push. Next week's turned into a weird week, by the way. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, I had heard a couple things, you know, throughout the rumor mill, but we'll tackle that later. But yeah, it wasn't an easy one, you know. The score might be, Lebec County handled them. Well, for one half, that might not have been the case. Pittsburg played pretty well. They made the game sloppy, and I think that might have been part of what they wanted to do. So how was the switch flipped there in the third to outscore them 16-5?
We just had to settle down. I think, you know, Pittsburgh's going to roll the dice. They don't care. They're going to continue to come at you. Jacqueline Hall is probably one of the best guards in this league, and we know what she brings to the table. And they're insanely athletic. I mean, if you saw their vertical ability, it's just insane. So we knew that, and they can create things, and they just create havoc on everything and everyone around you. And we kind of played into that. We were like, oh, gosh, here we go. And we have that tendency too, and we've kind of settled down a little bit, and we kind of played with them and what their style was in the first half, and then, you know, we talked at halftime and said, listen, like, we had a game plan. Let's settle down. Let's do the little things that we need, that we know how to do. And we did that, and I think our defense, we didn't really switch things up, but we held our ground, and we didn't get our heads taken off on screens as much when, you know, we get blinders on sometimes and we want to get the big stop, and we just need to play team basketball.
Well, Coach, good win. Nice second half to take you into Burlington next week. Go get them there in Burlington.
Thank you. They have made the change. So,
okay, I didn't know if that's something you want to talk about now or okay.
We can. They made the change. We're not going to play Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. We're now playing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that is official.
Wow.
We're expecting some bitterly cold temperatures, and we want to keep kids safe while they're riding on buses from long distances. So that's a change that's made. Game times, I'm assuming, remain the same, but we'll send out an updated bracket as soon as we get that.
Awesome. That is great to know. Coach, thank you for that, and great win tonight.
Great. Thanks. Stay warm.
We'll certainly try as Labette County gets a nice win. So there you have it. Burlington tournament next week is not Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So a lot of repetitive driving for us next week, but who am I to complain? I love doing Grizzly basketball, and we'll get 3 straight days of it next week. We're going to step aside for a 30-second break, and when we come back, we'll have the Tank Connection pregame show of the boys' game. Welcome back in, Grizzly fans. This time for the Tank Connection pregame show of the boys contest as they play host to the 5-2 Pittsburg Purple Dragons. Meanwhile, on our side of the line, we're still searching for that first win of the season as we sit at 0-8. Jack Leake, Ian Harlow, happy to be with you upon the call. Lucas Hayward on the KLKC Sports YouTube live stream. And Ian, something that I always think about, especially whenever teams have a poor record, Labette County has earned probably 7 of the 8 losses that they've had. Last week was the first loss where it felt like we actually let one get away from us rather than just flat out get nailed.
Yes.
So certainly coming in to tonight on a more positive note.
Yeah, definitely a way better game that we played Friday instead of like how we've been playing recently. It was a great game. It was an exciting game to watch, especially, and it's always fun as a commentator to watch a game like that and not want to just get up and yell and scream and just like have fun with it. And so, I mean, I haven't really felt like I've had a game like that so far, and being in an enjoyable game like that was a very fun experience and a really great game for Labette County, and a lot of things to learn from, even though we did unfortunately lose to Fort Scott, but only by 3 to a team that's undefeated or was undefeated. I think they did just take a loss from somebody. I'm not for sure who it was. But a tremendous game from Labette County and a lot of things to learn from, and you should be really happy about how that game turned out. And I mean, like you said, it may have slipped a little bit from us, and we did have opportunities here and there, but you know, turnovers are the big things that we talk about, and that's kind of what happened in the second half of the ball game, and that's kind of unfortunately what caused us to lose the ball game.
It was a final score of 50-47. As you hear that was the Fort Scott game last week. As you hear the buzzers in the background sound, 3 minutes until tip of this one. We'll go ahead and dive into tonight's opponent. Again, Pittsburg 5-2 on the season. They have played 1 less game than their girls squad, so that's why the numbers might not add up. If you caught that, they've played 7. Their girls had played 8 coming into tonight. Those 2 losses for Pittsburg, one of them to Chanute. They lost by 10 on the road in Blue Comet Country. Chanute might be, in my eyes, the best team in the SEK right now as we stand. And that other loss to Carl Junction. CJ, always a competitive team up there outside of Joplin. Tough to defeat Carl Junction any season. But Pittsburg, I mean, they return a man with the last name English.
Yeah.
Mason English.
That's all that matters.
Had to play his brother for years as well, and just tremendous athletes. Mason came into this building last year and put up 46 points on us, Ian.
That's insane.
What side do you want? Both of them are hard. Do you want to just go man-to-man with Mason and say, look, beat us yourself?
Which obviously kind of showed in that game itself.
Yeah, or do you double team him and follow him everywhere he goes and try to make the other 4 beat you? I mean, you know, you don't want to treat it like more than it is and get too precious with it and, you know, double team all game.
Yeah.
I think you just go man on man and respect it and just let it rip and hope he misses more shots.
I would say maybe a zone as well, but I mean, he's a shooter. He's going to make anything you leave him open for. But you kind of said it yourself, you know, kind of follow him everywhere, you know. Back whenever Eli Heston was playing with us and we played Parsons, and J.J. Kendrick was on him, playing him man-to-man the whole time, face-to-face, face guarding him the whole entire time. Eli had a tough time against that, so, I mean, maybe something like that could maybe work for us, but we don't have the tallness for him unless you put Xavier on him or maybe Barrett or somebody like that. So there's a lot of options that you could do for LeBay County to possibly stop him.
And what also can make it difficult is the supporting cast that Mason English has is really good too.
Yes.
It's not like he's the only lifeblood here. We're talking about everybody. This is a good Pittsburgh team. They have Coffeyville transfer, 3-point sharpshooter Jojo Hernandez. Joseph, he was always called Jojo from everything I ever heard. A.J. Fears, Nolan Turnbull, younger brother of Jackson Turnbull, if I'm not mistaken. Fantastic athletic family there. Joey Cronister, Chase Hembry, Logan Mantooth underneath. Hembry stands at 6'6", Mantooth at 6'5". This is a good Pittsburgh team, as they'll be sporting here tonight some light black or dark gray jerseys. Look pretty cool, actually, with purple trim and white numbers. They look really clean. They must be new. As starting tonight for Pittsburgh, the visitors, number 11, a 6-foot-tall junior, Nate Mitchell. Number 23, a 6-foot-tall senior, Joey Cronister. Number 25, a 6'4" junior, TJ Wesley. I remember TJ now that I see his name written down. Number 30, a 6'3" senior, Mason English. And number 55, a 6-foot-tall sophomore, Jaden Brown. So a couple names I didn't mention are starting. So that goes to show you further how deep this Pittsburgh team truly is, even though Mason English gets most of the attention. Yeah. Starting for our Labette County Grizzlies is number 15, Hudson Baker, coming off of a really impactful game against Fort Scott in which he scored 19 points and played really hard with a couple of dunks that game as well. Number 21 getting the start tonight. Briggs Knight started last week, but tonight Dylan Johnson, our sharpshooter, gets the start. Number 24, number 4, Kagan Bates gets the start. Number 3, Xavier Phillips. And number 14, not 24, Barrett Heston.
I think that's a different number than usual, is it not?
That's why I was confused. I thought Barrett was 24.
I thought so.
But I guess tonight he's 14. Head coach for Pittsburgh, Jordan Woods. Assistants, Matt Butler, Kylie Rolfs, and Gavin Pitlawani. Head coach for Labette County, Bradley Argabright. Assistants, Brian Tucker and Davey Brown. Tip-off in 30 seconds on KLKC. Broadcasting live. Meister for 3 in the lead! Yes! From the studio of KLKC Parsons, Wilson launches another 3, and it's pure for Shelby Wilson! This is Grizzly Basketball on 106.7 FM KLKC Parsons. Unbelievable win! I cannot believe it! Pittsburg wins the tip, and here we go. It would be a big-time first win of the season for Labette County. Kagan Bates opens up on Mason English. Here's a 12-foot pull-up jump shot, missed by Chronister. Pittsburgh's putback is missed as well. Rebound Hudson Baker, and a foul going the other way on Pittsburgh.
Yeah, very, very strong, aggressive rebound by Hudson Baker there, as he had about 3 Pittsburgh defenders around him trying to get that rebound as well.
Labette County's first crack at it here. Barrett Heston, here's a backdoor lob.
Wow.
Xavier Phillips banks it in off the glass. The screens were set, the pass was thrown, and the bucket was made. 2-0, Labette County on top.
Is it just me, or maybe does it feel like every game we maybe start off with that? I mean, that's always a very momentum thing.
Mason English turns, fires, and hits over the head of Kagan Bates, knotting it up at 2. Here comes Labette County 1 minute in. As yes, Ian, we do like to open with that. Not always had it been successful. Dylan Johnson gets lost underneath and is found by Barrett Heston, and DJ scores a bucket.
Really great start by Labette County here so far. Hoping to keep this going for us.
Kagan fighting Mason English, nearly gets a steal, causes him to lose his dribble. Drive for Chronister, gets Phillips in the air, turn, and he'll heave it underneath. Going up and being fouled is Nate Mitchell. That's Dylan's first personal foul and the team's first of the game. 2 shots for Nate Mitchell. His first free throw is no good, too strong. Labette County certainly opening up in a positive fashion, 90 seconds into this one. One more free throw for the junior. It's good. 4-3 the score. Kagan Bates brings it up. Jaden Brown on him. Here's Johnson at the top of the key. Dishes it off to Baker. Down low, Phillips working hard. His pass tipped, stolen. He was in bad position the whole way. Here's English. Down the floor. Behind the back pass. Inside. Shot blocked by Baker. Hudson gets the board off the block. Here comes Bates the other way, left to right. Forwards it to Dylan Johnson. They go to Baker. Left elbow. Takes a dribble. Flips it out to Phillips. He'll jab, step, and drive. Here's Baker again, short corner, gets around a defender, and a foul going the other way on Hudson Baker, as he does like to do that, but not a lot of refs have been calling it, as Hudson kind of hooked his defender just to kind of feel where he was, but the ref kind of called a hook and hold, if you will.
Yeah, you know, definitely not called very often in games, so unfortunately got that call on him.
5:45 to go in the opening quarter. 4-3. Labette County in front of Pittsburgh. English with it. Phillips on him now. Johnson off the switch. Top of the key, not shooting the open three is Wesley. English with the dump down, not paying attention, and a travel's called on Wesley. He wasn't quite ready for the pass from English.
We're playing English pretty well so far. Seems like every time he's at the top, we either have we're not double teaming him, but we just have 2 people to his sides, and it's causing him a lot of pressure.
He scored 46 points on this court a year ago, and you know it has to be hard to just come in and do it again.
Nice.
Here's Bates underneath. He'll miss the layup, put back no good from Phillips. Pittsburgh the other direction, 5 minutes and counting first quarter.
You know, a really good look by Kagan there, just a little too wide open sometimes.
English doesn't just shoot well, he passes well. Finding Wesley backside, he'll lay it in. And Pittsburgh has its first lead. Phillips with kind of a stray layup shot goes out of bounds off of Pittsburgh. Will stay with the team in white. That's Labette County. Ball goes in. No, it doesn't. English with the interception. Mason right to left, one arm bounce pass, blocked by Baker. The layup from Mitchell was rejected at the rim. Baker volleyball spiked it to the hardwood, and Pittsburgh will have to inbound in front of Labette County's bench. They get it in. English, deep left wing. Phillips on him. A screen is set. Hook pass thrown backwards to Chronister. Back to English. Top of the key. Goes between the legs, behind the back, has it stolen. And then he'll get it right back from Barrett Heston. Ball's on the deck, and a jump ball is called. It'll be Labette County ball. They're just trying to harass the best they can, and it is working.
Yeah, really great hustle by Kagan Bates there, just laying his body out on the line for any ball he sees.
Kagan Bates, the point guard, athletic tape around his left wrist, flips it off with a right-hand pass to Heston. Baker gets some space, gets inside, hangs, fires, misses, but he's fouled. And Hudson, with a nice take to the basket, will shoot a couple free throws.
Yeah, really good take by Hudson there, just kind of trying to get to the line and or get up any shot that he can, and it almost pays off for him.
Hudson gets the first free throw to go. Checking in for Pittsburgh, Joseph Hernandez will replace Jaden Brown. Hernandez, a transfer from Coffeyville, good three-point shooter. And Baker makes both, 6-5, Labette County in front with 4:10 left in the half. Another outstanding turnout of fans here in Harrison.
Yeah, this place is packed.
Pittsburgh, English with a three-point shot, goes down and out. Wesley with a board, outlet to Chronister. With a foot in the paint and a foot out of it, he'll dish out to English. Step back three, left wing, he hits it.
Yeah, I mean, nothing you can do there, just creating space for himself and just putting up a good-looking shot.
8-6, Pittsburgh. Pass goes inside to Phillips, out to Bates, cradles, fires, misses, but he's fouled. And Kagan will shoot two free throws. Labette County has really polished up their offense. They're playing a little bit more under control and not turning it over as much as they had the first 7 games of the season.
Yeah, definitely saw that in that Fort Scott game where we were moving around a lot, and that's been an issue for us in past games, and it seemed like they fixed a lot of things over that break, and it was looking a lot cleaner now.
First free throw is no good. Sorry, Ian, as we do have a sub for Pittsburgh. It's Nevaeh Jackson in the game for TJ Wesley.
Did he start last year? I thought maybe he started last year. He looks familiar. To me, at least.
He might have. He is a senior, might have started as a junior very well, as that's the second personal foul on Hudson Baker, as he went over the back of Pittsburgh players boxing out. Eight to 6 remains the score. Bates went empty from the stripe, and Baker will have a seat.
Yeah, 2,000. The first quarter is not going to be really great for us, but hoping for some people to step up for us.
Phillips and Heston double teaming English. They go underneath. Briggs Knight on the much taller Jackson, but nice defense from Briggs. Came in the game for Hudson. Labette County with the ball. Here's Bates, jab step, drive, looks for somebody to find, and does Heston at the top of the key. Good look, Johnson in the corner, lets it rip, misses it strong. Good rebound by Phillips, throws it off of Hernandez and savors a possession for Labette County.
Really great athleticism by Xavier Phillips there. Just grabbed that rebound, and smart choice by throwing it off of his defender and just getting Labette County a better looking possession on offense.
Chase Hembry in the game for the first time tonight. Nice set play here. Heston has his shot blocked but gets it back, and he'll dribble and find Bates on the left wing. Hembry came in for Hernandez. As Briggs Knight is bumped and fouled by Mason English, who shows a little bit of frustration. His first personal and the team's fourth. It's 8-6 Pittsburgh with 2:40 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's been a really slow game for both offenses. It feels like they've gotten both really good looking shots. It just seems like nothing can fall or nothing's been open for anybody so far. Just great defense by both teams.
Labette County not spacing the floor particularly well, but Briggs Knight gets an open three and misses it strong. Tipped about, Hembry has it. He stands tall at 6'6". Here's a dump down to Jackson. He'll turn, fire, miss. Long rebound goes to Xavier. Labette playing pretty solid defense. Just has to have some good offensive sets here.
Yes, absolutely right. Charge.
Foul away from the ball on Labette County. Dylan Johnson turns both his palms to the heavens in disbelief. That's his second. So Johnson and Baker, 2 starters, both have 2 early personal fouls. Both teams have committed 4 fouls here in the first.
Never a bad thing to be a little too aggressive. Just got to be a little careful here, especially in a game like this.
Hembry with a shot, well contested by Heston. He'll miss it. Labette playing good defense, really, in the paint particularly.
Yes.
Phillips open for 3 in the corner, missed it short. He knew it, but English beat him to the board. Long pass in the hands of Wesley. Too strong, but he tips it back, and the layup is missed by the recipient, Mitchell. A lot of batting of the ball taking place, and Hembry will find himself at the line after shooting and missing. Bit of a mess there under the rim. That's where you would like to have Hudson Baker under there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this was the outcome of Hembry going to the line and shooting free throws, and kind of felt like maybe we get away with the ball after a couple tips of the ball, and it just couldn't lay in our hands.
Hembry does miss the first free throw. Checking out is Nate Mitchell, and in for him is Nevaeh Jackson.
As Caden Blackledge will check in for Dylan Johnson.
Second free throw for Hembry is good. Splitting the pair does the big fella. 9-6 Pittsburgh, minute 15 first quarter. Low scoring affair here in Harrison. Heston with a pick and pop. 2 starters on the bench with foul trouble. Backdoor pass, it's a good one. Bates under the rim, nothing there. Phillips, right corner 3, nice. You betcha! We're knotted up at 9. Zay gets it to go.
Yeah, really great shot from Xavier as guys redemption from last shot. Nice.
Phillips blocks English from behind, and a foul on Pittsburgh. Labette County playing strong here to open this one. Xavier Phillips with a nice stretch there.
Doing work on offensive and defensive for Xavier Phillips, as that will be the team's 5th foul. So Xavier Phillips will go to the line and shoot free throws for Labette County.
Labette County does have 5 team fouls as well, but with just 50 seconds left, you'd like to think these might be the last free throws shot off of a foul as Phillips launches his first and misses.
Definitely want any points that we can make or we can take, no matter what they are, even free throws. But free throws are always the hardest shots to make.
Second free throw for Phillips is missed as well. This one's short. 50 seconds left in the quarter. English gets Phillips in the air. Good dump down pass. That's gorgeous as Chase Hembry gets it to go for his 3rd point of the game. Pittsburgh up 2. So much attention is drawn to him. It's like a moth and a light bulb, and then you kind of forget about the backside big on the opposite block.
Yeah, we did talk about that a little bit before any of the games started. As you know, it's hard to just defend such a superstar player like Mason English when there's other really big assets on the team as well.
Absolutely. 9 seconds. Labette County wise and not getting greedy and holding for the last shot. 4 seconds. Labette down 2, first quarter. Phillips at the buzzer, stripped and gets it off somehow and missed it deep. He had it stolen, got it back, and put it up at the buzzer, but it was too strong. Labette played gritty, down 11-9 at the end of 1. Back in a minute. This is Grizzly basketball.
My name is Bria, and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Labette County trails Pittsburg 9-11. To start the second quarter here momentarily, Pittsburg will have possession. Nolan Nash, Briggs Knight, Kagan Bates, Barrett Heston, Xavier Phillips on the floor for Labette County. In for Pittsburg, A.J. Fears in the game for the first time. Mason English, T.J. Wesley, Chase Hembry, as well as Nevaeh Jackson. English with the basketball. Hudson Baker on the bench with 2 personal fouls, as is Dylan Johnson. English deep in the post, turns and scores.
Yeah, just a tough shot by English there. And good defense by Xavier as well. Just a better shot by English.
7:40 to go in the second quarter if you're just tuning in. Nolan Nash getting his first minutes. Sets a screen for Briggs Knight. Now Nash comes to get the ball from Bates. Extra pass to Briggs. Play isn't there. They'll have to run something else. Knight running point. Surveying the court. Gives it to Nash. Tries to get by his defender. Nowhere to go. Finds Heston. He'll find a gap. He'll shoot a floater. Miss it short. Rebound to Hembry.
Yeah, it just kind of felt like a little bit of a rushed possession by Labette County there.
English misses a jumper underneath. Finding some space and scoring is Nevaeh Jackson. And Coach Argerbright wants a quick 30-second timeout, as that is a 4-0 run for Pittsburg. In a minute and 2 seconds, they lead 15-9. We will go ahead and keep it here and thank a few sponsors for allowing us to broadcast these games. Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, Labette Health, Woodworth Enterprises, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Labette Bank, the Bartlett Co-op, and Labette Center for Mental Health Services, as well as SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier and Meister. Big 4-0 run for Pittsburg, as Coach Argerbright is going to bite the bullet and put in Hudson Baker, playing with 2 personal fouls with 7 minutes left in the first half.
Definitely a risky decision by Argerbright there, but hopefully it'll pay off for us in this second quarter.
Baker has the basketball, throws a quick pass to Nolan Nash, who immediately dishes it back out to the point guard Bates at the top of the key. Back to Nash. Left corner 3 is airballed. Rebound English. Long pass up ahead in the hands of Jackson, and he'll score back-to-back buckets. A 6-0 run for Pittsburgh. Here's Barrett Heston with the 3-point shot. Too strong. Rebound Hembry. Pittsburgh out and running. Here comes English. Left hand, fader, his pass, shot, good. A.J. Fears, the recipient of a nice pass from Mason English.
Yeah, just not the Labette County defense that we saw in the first quarter, kind of slacking or playing just sloppy or maybe just a little tired. Or I don't know for sure what it is, but definitely not the first quarter defense that we saw.
Quick shots, and Pittsburgh loves to run. And Labette County kind of falling into their trap a little bit, it feels like. 19-9, Pittsburgh in front. 5:40 first half. Bates with a jab step, drive off the glass, misses it, hits the deck hard. It wasn't because of contact, though. And here comes Pittsburgh. English into the chest of Phillips, and all he did was play defense, but evidently that's a foul. And that'll be the first foul of the second quarter. And the first foul on Xavier. 2 subs for Pittsburgh. Chronister and Mitchell check in for Wesley and Jackson. English with it. Deep post. Hands it off to Hembry. He'll fire over Baker and miss, as Phillips has the rebound, and English steals it away and scores on the other end. 21-9, Pittsburgh in front.
Seems like everything is just falling apart for Labette County right now in the second quarter, and it's only been about 3 minutes.
Baker with a jab step and a foul maybe away from the ball. Pittsburg can't believe the call. We'll see exactly what it is. It's on Chase Hembry, his second, the team's first, and he'll have a seat with his second personal. Back in for him is Nevaeh Jackson. Xavier Phillips to inbounds it for Labette County, desperate for a basket, gone 3 minutes without scoring here in the second quarter. Nolan Nash picks up his dribble after dribbling in place, and Mitchell almost made him pay. Baker comes to get it. Phillips right wing, defended by Chronister. Man-to-man defense for Pittsburgh. Bates right wing, wanted the three but pulled it belt high. Switches left to right and retreats it. Baker still playing well beyond the arc. Tries to find an outlet pass and gives it to Heston, and he'll cut away. Labette County being more patient this possession. Here's Phillips underneath. Puts up a shot that's good off the glass, and Labette County needed it.
Yeah, definitely not the shot that Arkwright drew up, but we'll definitely take anything that we can get right now off of this big run that Pittsburgh has been having.
Nate Mitchell gets behind Baker and scores it after Heston gambled on the pass. That's Mitchell's first field goal as Phillips shoots one off the glass that misses as he was fading behind the rim. English with a long pass. Fears passes it right back to English, and he scores it. Mason English throwing some good passes and was the recipient of a good one right there. Timeout Pittsburgh. They lead by 14 back in 30 seconds. This is Grizzly basketball.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
(25-11). Labette County finds themselves in a 14-point deficit after gutting out a first quarter only down by 2. Played pretty darn well.
Yeah.
And now Pittsburgh putting it on them. Pittsburgh has 7 field goals. Labette County just 1 in this second quarter. Briggs Knight finds a cutting Phillips. His shot won't go. A really nice pass, though, from Knight to Phillips. And English has the basketball moving right to left. Long pass to Chronister. 3-point shot airballed. Baker with the board. Finds Briggs Knight, who will jog it up. Entry pass. Baker is body bumped and fouled from behind. That's either on Fears or Wesley. And they get it on Wesley, his first and the team's second. Phillips will inbound the basketball. Throws it into Briggs Knight. He'll put it on the floor. Uncontested drive. It was at the last second, forcing a miss. Pittsburgh defense did. And Labette County has to hustle back to play some half-court defense.
Not a bad drive at all by Briggs there. Just couldn't get it the finish to fall for him.
Joey Chronister knocks down a corner 3. Mason English on the dish. 28-11, Pittsburgh in front.
Yeah, it just kind of feels like Pittsburgh's opened the bag and just making everything that they shoot, and good passes and good ball movement. They're playing really well right now.
Chronister will pick up a foul, though, his first and the team's third. 2:40 left in the half. Ball goes into Heston. Entry pass Baker. Into the heart of 2 defenders. Shoots it off the glass and scores it. Good, strong bucket for Hudson there.
Yeah, we haven't seen very much of him scoring down in the paint so far, so maybe that'll help him get a little bit more confidence down there.
English with a drive and kick. 3-pointer too strong. Rebound Phillips, and he's called for a travel. All I saw was his body on the deck. I'm not sure how it got there. I don't know if he slipped or whatever. I didn't see. Big 2 minutes, though, for Labette County. Need to get a lot of stops and a lot of scores to get back in this at half. Down 15. English with the ball, defended by Heston. He'll shoot a three-pointer off to the left. Rebound underneath by Mitchell. And he's fouled going up, I think, or was it offensive?
Charge.
I think she called an offensive.
Yes. On who, though?
Called it on Mitchell, his second and the team's fourth. Labette County can hopefully take advantage on this end of the floor.
I didn't quite catch what happened there, but
I'll
definitely take it. Felt like Pittsburgh was about to score.
You don't want to give Pittsburgh any second chance opportunities if you can help it. Kagan Bates at the LC Grizzly logo at midcourt. Throws the basketball off to Phillips. Baker there to set a screen. He'll roll. He'll catch it. Wesley on him. He'll spin. Get good position. Rise above the rest and score. That's a pretty post move from Hudson Baker.
Yeah, really, really good spin move off of his defender and wide open basket. Got a little antsy. Almost missed it, but luckily he kind of got the friendly roll.
Labette back within 13. English cuts, shoots, and misses it after it hit the rim twice. Wesley with the board, and he'll score it.
Wow.
Minute 10 left in the half. Labette down 30-15. Briggs Knight well beyond the top of the key, straight away with the rim. Throws it to Baker. He's on a 4-0 run himself for Labette County. As he'll drive and kick to Knight, he'll let a three fly, miss it to the right. Rebound Bates. Heston wants a deep three and misses it off to the left. Rebound Hudson Baker. He'll lean, and that might be a charge, and it is. That's the third personal foul on Hudson Baker, and taking the charge is TJ Wesley.
You know, you don't really see that too often in a game where a referee's calling so many offensive fouls. Like, even if it's not just a charge, I mean, they've called a lot of fouls on offense that haven't been charges.
Yeah.
That we haven't caught.
30-15, Labette County down to Pittsburg and playing defense. 37 seconds left in the half. English in the short corner situation. Heston harassing him. Gets him to bite. Throws a pass in the air to Fears, who saves it, and it's stolen. Kagan left to right the other way. Defended by Chronister. Finds Knight. Good bounce pass to Phillips. He'll find Heston underneath. Good ball movement for Labette. Phillips back on the feed. Good pass to Bates. Back to Phillips. He'll score. Nice. Wow. I was a broken record, but that was a really nice possession for Labette County. Xavier Phillips has 9.
Very good offensive possession there.
English at the buzzer, gets an open look and misses it deep as he bends at his knees and claps his hands, knowing he got a good look at the buzzer. 30-17, Labette County trails Pittsburg at the break. Back in 3 minutes. Let's make that 2 minutes with the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Jack Leake and Ian Harlow with you on the call. Lucas Hayward on the KLKC Sports YouTube live stream. 30-17, Labette County trails Pittsburg here in Altamont. Ian, it was a really good first quarter, I thought, by Labette County.
Yes.
And then they were outscored 19-8 in the second quarter. But to be honest with you, it could have been a lot worse than just 13 points. Hudson Baker and Xavier Phillips have been carrying the load for Labette County and had a combined 8 points in the second quarter, all of them that we scored, that were important to even be within 13 points, I feel like.
Yeah, they had a very a tremendous first quarter, and I felt like they carried that on to the second quarter, and it just kind of felt like it all fell apart for them. And then once it started falling apart piece by piece, it just felt like they just kind of gave up a little bit and didn't have any motivation to stay in the game with Pittsburg, and it just felt like Pittsburg was playing a little too fast for our liking, and they just made us pay for every little thing that they did.
Scoring totals for you: Labette County at the end of one trailed 9-11, and then in the second quarter, Pittsburg outscored Labette 19-8. Individual scoring totals: Xavier Phillips with 9 points, Hudson Baker with 6, and Dylan Johnson with 2. For Pittsburg, Mason English with 11, Jackson with 4, Wesley with 4, Chase Hembry and Nate Mitchell each had 3, Joey Cronister had 3, and A.J. Fears had 2. A lot of individual scores for Pittsburgh. Mason English not only is a great scorer, but maybe an even better passer. His passes are super fun to watch, and he knows where all of his teammates are, and that's what makes it so difficult whenever you go against a team that has a player that you know protrudes above the rest, because it's hard to know how to balance your focus.
Yes.
Because if you put it too much on him, then you start to get torn up by his passing abilities. It's almost a game that you don't mentally want to play. You just want to go play basketball and see if he can hit shots, and if he does, tip your cap, and if he doesn't, try to take advantage. But some of his passes are so impressive to me.
Yeah, he's an amazing scorer, don't get me wrong, but he's a phenomenal assist artist, and it feels like he has a really good court vision, and it just feels like every time he passes the ball, it's always someone wide open. It just everyone's open for this Pittsburgh team, and anytime Mason English has the ball and throws it to his teammate, they're going to be open, and they're going to make a shot.
4 minutes, 50 seconds until the start of the third quarter. Hudson Baker did get in foul trouble early, something we've had to endure a couple different times, as he picked up 2 personal fouls with just over 3 minutes left in the first quarter, which is something he's unfortunately done a few times. And it's not something, I guess I should say, he's done. It's happened to him.
Yes.
They're good, hard plays he's trying to make, and this referee crew has been
blowing that whistle.
They have been.
Yeah.
And then he picked up a third there late second quarter on a charge call, and that was kind of the one that hurt, because you kind of have to play him, Ian. You gotta play.
Yes, especially down by 13, and it's kind of been a struggle for us to get a rebound so far. And times where they've got second chance shots, and again and again, even when they do miss the second chance shots, they'll get another rebound, and that's the times where you need Hudson Baker to get those rebounds for you and get the ball moving down court and get points on the board for your own team.
This is the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. We'll step aside for our first break. Within it, it'll be 1 minute here on KLKC Parsons. 30-27 as we welcome you back in. Labette County trails Pittsburg at the halftime break. Jack Leake and Ian Harlow with you. As just to quickly recap, we did get word that the Burlington tournament next week, Coach Vollmer talked about this before the boys game here as she joined me on the headset. The Burlington tournament next week will be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So 6 games, 3 for the girls, 3 for the boys in a 3-day span. So not only does that, change from it was going to be Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, now these athletes are going to have to play 3 games in 3 days, and that can be hard and a lot to ask of I'm not against the change, I'm not saying that, but we might see some tired teams come Saturday is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
One other announcement we'd like to make is the Chiefs and Dolphins wild card playoff game tomorrow night is on Peacock exclusively. I'm sure a lot of Chiefs fans are listening and are aware, but if you don't want to go through the hassle, don't want to buy Peacock or whatever the case may be, you can tune in to KLKC's Variety 93.5 station and listen to the postgame show, the game, and the postgame show, all of it on 93.5 FM KLKC. So 93.5 tomorrow night. Tune in for that Chiefs game if you don't want to mess with the Peacock situation. 30-17 again, the halftime score. Each coach getting